Hi, everybody, and thank you for joining us on Fits on the Go. We have Professor Kim here with us. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us.
You're welcome. I'm happy.
Professor Kim, would you mind telling the audience a bit about yourself?
I'm H.S. Kim, Hyo-Soo Kim. I'm a professor of Division of Cardiovascular Medicine in Seoul National University Hospital.
Professor Kim, we are really curious to hear more about the host idea trial. Would you mind sharing some of the results with us?
Yeah, the design of host idea trial is randomized controlled trial. We enrolled more than 2,000 patients having de novo coronary stenotic lesion who will be treated with PCI using ultra-thin strut stent, such as Orcyro or Coroflex Izar. And we randomized them into two different duration of depth, 3-month DAPT versus 12-month DAPT.
Professor Kim, was it important to assess whether 12 months or 3 months is appropriate in the patients
In
that you
the
chose?
in the guideline, recommended a 6-month DAPT in case of stable patients and 12-month DAPT in case of unstable patients. Ultra-thin strut DES is rapidly healed. Thus, we may shorten the duration of default DAPT in such kind of ultra-thin strut third-generation DES. But there are limited data regarding the safety and efficacy of short DAPT in case of ultra-thin strut DES. Thus, we try to compare the 3-month versus 12-month DAPT in patients using ultra-thin strut DES, such as Orcyro or Coroflex Izar.
I'm curious, any pertinent inclusion or exclusion criteria that we should be aware of?
This is actually an all-comer PCI trial. We enrolled all the patients who have de novo stenotic lesion. Of course, we exclude some patients, STEMI, cardiogenic shock, or decompensated heart failure, or who requires anticoagulant treatment. But this is practically all-comer PCI trial.
And, we're all curious, what were the results?
Yeah, primary endpoint was net adverse clinical event, NACE, at 1 year. That is composite of cardiac death, target vessel MI, and clinically driven TLR, stent thrombosis, and major bleeding, BARC type 3 and 5. That was around 4% at 1 year between two different arms. Thus, there is no difference of NACE between 3-month versus 12-month DAPT group. We also analyzed secondary endpoints such as target lesion failure, that is composite of cardiac death, TLR, stent thrombosis. That endpoint is also similar between two groups. The major bleeding BARC type 3, 5 was also very similar between 3-month versus 12-month DAPT in case of contemporary third-generation DES with ultra-thin strut.
This is absolutely wonderful. I imagine this is important not only in the stable PCI situation, but especially for fragile populations. In my mind, come the cancer patients or patients who have liver disease, who might be at risk for bleeding and might benefit from having a shorter DAP duration. So this is a wonderful result.
Thank you very much.
Professor Kim, what are your thoughts on the use of intracoronary imaging modalities to see if the stents have endothelialized or not?
It is very difficult to assess the endothelial recovery over DES stent strut using IVUS, but using OCT we can expect a certain grade of endothelial recovery over strut. It takes about 3 months after stent implantation, but if you use ultra-thin strut, it may be shorter to cover the endothelium over the thin strut metal. Thus, it is reasonable to shorten DAPT when you use ultra thin strut DS.
If you'd like to watch more of this content, just go to youtube.com/fitsonthego.